QPR fans and players TV, home and away. DJ Ranger in the place with Alex Craig. How you doing, mate?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, so, fella, so. Thanks for jumping on with me. Just a quick few things just to highlight Coventry City and how the fans feel in general. If that's all okay, mate, before we go into the game for tomorrow night, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's sound.
All right. Well, obviously, from an opposing point of view, I mean, obviously, Coventry have been playing at Birmingham's ground now for a while. You were back at the Rico, and prior to that, where were you playing before that? Was it at Birmingham again, or where were you playing?
We were at Northampton for our second season in League One.
Yeah.
And that season, we had quite a good team. We had Callum Wilson, Leon Clark, and we were actually playing good football, but no one will know because hardly anyone went.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then we went back to
the fans just boycotted it, or
seasons.
Was that because the fans boycotted it, or was it just because it was just the fact of travelling all the way to Northampton from Coventry?
Even though it's not mega far, at Northampton, that lasted the whole season.
Yeah.
No one was really very keen on going. But I feel as if that was because we were in League One.
Yeah.
And it was only our second season there.
Yeah.
So not very many people were interested, as we'd been playing in the Championship for 11 years up until that point, and the Premier League for about 30 years when it was First Division.
Yeah.
So League One football didn't attract many fans at all.
Well,
at
of course,
point.
Understandably, it's like, you think, well, if it's a higher division, you may go. If it's obviously Premier League or like Championship, or you tend to more go than rather League One or League Two kind of thing. It's like whether the football's any good or not. All right, you still support your team, and that. Don't get me wrong. It's you'll never like unless you literally stop going through whatever reason. Okay, mate. With regards to playing at Birmingham now, St Andrews, how do the fans feel about that?
I was quite surprised actually, because leading up to it, I had a season ticket for 13 years of the season in Northampton. So I was a bit pessimistic at the time, but I just brought a season ticket to St Andrews and thought I'll go when I want to, sort of thing. I might go and watch the local non-league team if we're not doing too well. But we started bringing 6,000 to home games, which sounds awful, but at St Andrews, it was okay. We were playing good football, and because I'm at the age where I can go to the game and have a good day with my mates, I feel as if it's not as bad. I see a lot of families that have gone to the Rico for years that simply just don't want to go because it's not in Coventry, and that will be the dad and the son. That
I mean, in regards to distance from like Birmingham to Coventry, it's not a million miles away, is it? How far is it roughly? Do you know? I know it's not far.
It's 24 miles, but if I put it into perspective of, it's 2 train stops from Coventry Station to Birmingham City Centre.
I mean, it's not as if it's the other end of the country. It's not a million miles away. Don't get me wrong. No fan wants to go to another ground to watch the home games, obviously. Deep down, you want to have your own ground, your own identity, etc. and so forth, as all football fans know. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, times have changed where clubs, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future with this COVID thing where clubs are going bankrupt, out of business, and there could be many more, as you know yourself. I mean, is there any news on whether Coventry will go back to the Rico or not?
Well, at the start of this season, because we only had a 1-year deal at St Andrews.
Okay.
So when last season finished, I was quite optimistic, thinking surely we'll go back to the Rico. And then out of the blue, they just pulled it out saying we were going back to St Andrews, and there was talks that we were going back to the Rico. Someone I know that works at the Rico explained to me that they were coming in for talks, just no one knows how that broke down and why they're back at St Andrews. Maybe it was a deadline set by the EFL, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, obviously, hopefully for yourself and all the Cov fans, you will get back there eventually one day. I mean, nothing better than playing at your own home ground, obviously. I mean, I remember going to Highfield Road many years ago, some great games there. It's like, obviously it's not the same now because there's no terracing, but now they're hopefully bringing safe standing in to some degree. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Just an insight into Coventry from your perspective. With regards to the game on Friday, who's the players to look out for? Who do the opposing fans need to look? Who's your key players?
I'd say we've got a few, but looking at the squad from League One season, Matt Godden was our top scorer. He's not particularly quick, but his movement on the ball does give him quite a few yards. He's now got a new striker partner, Tyler Walker. We brought him in from Nottingham Forest. He's played at Lincoln City previously, and he played with Matt Godden at Stevenage.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see if we can play them two up top together, because we do like to play a system of 5 at the back with 3 centre backs and the 2 left wing and right wing back. Frankity Dabo, if he's fit, is a very good player. He plays at right back, as well as our new signing Gustavo Hammer. He played his first game for us last weekend in a 2-1 loss against Bristol City. Feels a bit like a walking red card, but he looks very good on and off the ball as well. So
we've had
it's just one of them to see how his discipline is as a player.
Okay.
He looks quite exciting.
I mean, you had your first game back in the Championship. Was it last weekend, like everyone else? I can't remember how you got. Who did you play again? I'm sorry, I can't remember.
We were away at Bristol City and we lost 2-1.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
How did you feel you got on?
We can see the 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
We can see the 30 seconds in, and everyone was like, "Oh God, like this is going to be it."
Yeah.
After that, we played quite well. Matt Godden got an equaliser. I feel as if we deserved a point. I thought we played really well. We were the stronger team. I know Bristol City don't have the best home record, but I mean, looking back on that game, I feel as if we could have at least got something. We were quite unlucky to concede near the end. It could have been a defensive error. No one was on the back post from.
I suppose what you guys are looking at, or teams that have come up from League One, is, I mean, obviously you expect it to be a harder division. I'm not saying that you can't compete against the clubs in Championship, because it's a team that I don't really know much about Coventry, because obviously I don't really watch their results, and you can only, and then you only see them like in the results in the newspapers, or if you watch matches, highlights on Quest or wherever it's on nowadays. It's I suppose the key one is like your home games. If you can get results at home, obviously I'm not saying that you ain't going to go back down. You don't know. You might be a surprise team this season in the Championship. It's a very tough division, as you know. Look at Leeds. They've only just gone up, and they've been down there in I don't know how many years, 16 years or whatever it is now. They were down there for. Nottingham Forest even longer. And it was like last week we played Forest. I generally thought they'd beat us. They've got a much stronger squad than us. We've lost key player in Eze, and others could be going. And we managed to dig out a result, which was great for us. It's like, but then flip side of that, you've got to back it up. It's like confidence should be quite high going into the game on Friday. But it's the unknown again. It's like with QPR is you could play great one week and crap the next. So it's that's the roller coaster ride that us QPR fans have every season kind of thing. As for Coventry, I'm sure most fans are like that. Like we, I need I suppose the teams that are expected to win most games do that, and it's like whether fans are the same way is another thing. But with regards to Friday, Alex, what's your thoughts on the result, or how do you think Coventry will get on against QPR?
When I looked at the fixture list, I looked at QPR at home first game of the season as one that we can get something from. Last season, we hadn't lost up until last week since December the 19th.
Oh, right.
Considering all of COVID, we went like 260 days without losing a game, which was quite impressive.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at all of that, I thought we had 2 teams. Yeah, Bristol City have been one of them teams that push into the playoffs, but I thought we had 2 games where we could have at least got some points.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some really good teams in this league, like you say, Nottingham Forest, Watford, who have just come down, don't seem to want to get rid of many players.
Yeah.
And I feel as if it is open at the top, but I feel as if we can get points against teams like QPR. I'm not going to say we're going to win, but a point would be brilliant, especially just to get our first point on the board.
Well, yeah. It's, as I say, with us, it's the unknown. We could turn up or we don't turn up. Simple. It's and obviously, if you get beat fair and square by the other side, then there's not a lot you can do about it. You have to hold your hand up and say, yeah, we got beat on the day fair and square, which is you have to accept. If you turn up and you don't play for whatever reason, then whether it's because the other team don't let you play or you've just not turned up and played yourself in general, then that's for you to decide, or for people to view themselves and say what they feel. Okay, mate. Well, I'm hoping, obviously I want us to win, but knowing us, we'll mostly get beat. I'm not an optimistic fan of QPR. I've been going for many years, so it's like you get used to that after time. It's just obviously, if we get a point at Coventry away from home, great. But obviously after last week's result against Forest, I thought we dug in. We had a few moments in the game. They had a lot of pressure. So I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to say a point. I'll take a point myself at Coventry because new teams coming up. They want to, they want to put their stamp on the division. But I just want to like to thank you, Alex, for joining me today for a pre-match preview of Coventry v QPR happening on Friday, the 18th of September at the St Andrews Trillion Stadium, Birmingham. Check out Alex Craig on YouTube. Does a lot of vlogs and stuff for Coventry, obviously, whenever we can go to games, etc. and so forth. Good luck for the season, Alex, except for tomorrow night and when we play down at the Kai and Prince Foundation Stadium. And I wish you well, mate. Take care and keep safe.
Thank you, mate. Best of luck in the season, but not tomorrow.
Okay, mate. That's it for myself. DJ Ranger, Alex Craig, Coventry City fan. For QPR fans and Players TV, home and away, we're out of here. Come on, you R'ss.